Hi, I'm Jonathan Troen. I believe we have a success problem in this country, and it's not that not enough people are successful. It's that we have the wrong definition of success that we're teaching. We've been taught from a very young age that if you work hard, you'll make a lot of money. If you make a lot of money, then you'll be successful. And when you're successful, then you can be happy. So we've lived our whole life seeking happiness at some point in the future. And those that have been through this realize now that that's not actually what happens. And there are people who have had that success, who have made a lot of money, yet inside, they're still not fulfilled. They're still not happy. And we've seen these people take their own lives. And now we're still teaching this to our children. Work hard, be better than the other person, because of course, if the other person has, then you might not have. There's not enough for everyone. Even the bell curve, right? We teach the bell curve in school. Well, there has to be winners and losers. And then these folks in the middle. It doesn't have to be that way. There's enough for everybody. But we have to start teaching it differently, and we have to redefine what success is. What do we really want in our lives? I believe what we really want is to be loved, to feel worthy of being loved. And normally we get that when other people like us, when other people compliment us. So we do all these things to get the accolades from others. And as children, we do that with teachers, right? So we want to get the good grades. Of course, if we don't, we get a big X on our test. Not a question mark, what can you learn from this? But an X, you are wrong, something is wrong with you. We have to do this differently, and we can do it better. What people really want is to feel loved. Instead of teaching people that love has to come from the outside, first from teachers, then through friends, and then from people we work with, and then from strangers, right? Because we all want to be famous and have all these strangers look at us and think we're awesome. We have to teach it differently. The love we really seek is from ourselves. See, when other people like us, give us those accolades, give us those compliments, we begin to like ourselves. But the problem is that those can be taken away. The stock market crashes, there's no money, people aren't around you anymore, all of a sudden you don't like yourself, and who knows what's next. Either you fall into a depression or worse. We can start teaching people to be kind to themselves. We can start teaching people to love themselves so that it comes from here, the inside, not from the outside. And there's an amazing thing that happens when you begin to love yourself, when you begin to practice kindness with yourself. We wait to be kind to ourselves until everyone else is kind to us, tells us we're great, or maybe until we have the money, until we have the house, until we have the car. But the crazy thing about this is, if we start practicing self-love first, simply being kind to ourselves, all that stuff comes. You've seen people walk into a room that just have that energy, and everybody wants to be around that person. Well, people who practice and experience those feelings of self-love, they walk into the room. They don't need everyone else to run up to them. And because of that, the energy is there. People want to be with them. People do love them. And when you love yourself, all those other things come. The money comes, the house comes, the cars come. You get what you want, except you get it first. You don't have to wait year after year after year. And those years never come. I work with people 50s, 60s, 70s, even 80s. It doesn't come. You have to reverse it. So the new equation, instead of work hard to be successful, to be happy, be happy. When you're happy, you are successful, because isn't that what you wanted in the first place? And when you are successful, it's easy to do all that work. Right? Some people think, well, it's narcissistic or it's wimpy, it's the easy way out. But no, because when you feel that, it is easy to do all that hard work. It is easy to work 10, 12 hours a day, but you don't feel like a slave doing it. You do it because you love it. You do it because you are contributing. because you are making your life and the lives of those around you better. But it's a different equation, and it's a different definition of success. I want to look at this different definition of success. How can we have love from the inside? This erases bullies from school, and the worst thing that happen when bullies take some action, such as school shootings. Because if you love yourself, there's no reason to hurt anybody else. This has to become a revolution. If we really want to make change, this has to be our next revolution. Change the way we teach our children. Change the way we act ourselves. And then change the way we teach our children. To stop just competing with others, to be better than everyone else. But be the best you can be. To recognize that. To be kind to yourself. To hear the voices in your head that say you're not enough, you're not good enough, you're this, you're that. And begin to change them. You are good enough. You're awesome. Hey, your hair looks good. Your face looks good. Stop beating yourself up. Be kind to yourself. Have that feeling of self-love first. Train yourself. And let's all as a society begin to train our children that way so that we can really live successful lives and be together as one community. Thank you. I'm Jonathan Troen.